Hi guys, welcome to the Building Big Data Pipelines with R, Sparklyr and Power BI course. In this course, we will be creating a big data analytics solution using big data technologies for R. In our use case, we will be working with raw earthquake data. We will be applying big data processing techniques to extract, transform, and load the data into usable data sets. Once we have processed and cleaned the data, we will use it as a data source for building predictive analytics and visualizations. So some of the tools that we will be using, especially for data visualizations, is Power BI Desktop, which is a powerful data visualization tool that lets you build advanced queries, models, and reports. With Power BI, you can connect to multiple data sources and combine them into a data model. This data model then lets you build visuals and dashboards that you can share as reports with other people in your organization. And for our big data processing pipeline, we will be using a tool called Sparklyr. So Sparklyr is an open source library that is used for processing big data in R by providing an interface between R and Apache Spark. It allows you to take advantage of Spark's ability to process and analyze large data sets in a distributed and interactive manner. It also provides interfaces to Spark's distributed machine learning algorithms and much more. So what you will take away from this is you will learn how to create big data processing pipelines using the R programming language. You will learn machine learning with geospatial data using the Sparklyr library. You will learn data analysis using Sparklyr and Power BI. You will learn how to manipulate, clean, and transform data using Spark data frames. You will learn how to create geo maps in Power BI Desktop, and you will also learn how to create dashboards. Okay, so what we have is the completed dashboard that we will create after we have processed the data and applied some machine learning algorithms on it to produce predictions. So the use case that we will be using is earthquakes, right? So we will try to predict earthquakes for the year 2017 using the earthquakes ranging from the year 1965 all the way to 2016. So we will use that date range as training data, and then we will predict the earthquakes for the year 2017. And obviously, to validate our prediction, we will use out of sample data that is actually live data that's extracted from an API, and we will then use that to validate our model. Okay, so as you can see here, I have visualized the predicted earthquakes for the year 2017, and I also added a reference layer, which is these small dots. So this reference layer actually comes from ArcMaps for Power BI. So there is a plugin here for ArcGIS. So that is what I use to build the map visuals, is the plugin for ArcGIS, which is here. You can see ArcGIS maps for Power BI. So I use that to create our map, as well as style it and add the reference layer. So the reference layer is the significant earthquakes for the year 2015 up until 2016. And I plotted it alongside the predicted earthquakes for the year 2017, which is the red circle markers. So the bigger ones you will see have a greater magnitude, and the smaller ones have a slightly smaller magnitude. Okay, and we will also be visualizing our earthquake data. So we basically do analyses using Power BI. So right now we have the types of earthquakes in our data set. So you can see the majority of our data set contains standard earthquakes. So we will create a donut chart to visualize that. We will also be creating a stacked area chart using the magnitude value. So we will be plotting the maximum and the average magnitude of an earthquake for each year. So if I hover over the area on a point, I can see the year as well as the maximum magnitude as well as the average magnitude for that year. Okay, and then we will also be visualizing the number of earthquakes for every year according to our data set. So for instance, I'm hovering over a bar that contains the year 2015 as well as the counts. So basically every record in our data set is an earthquake, right? So the count is basically the number of earthquakes for that year. Okay, so we will derive this data from processing raw data using Apache Spark. To be specific, we'll be using the Sparklyr library to do all of that, as well as applying the machine learning that we need to produce the predicted earthquakes that we will be plotting in our geomap. And then we will combine these visualizations to finally create our dashboard. Okay, so I hope you guys will enjoy it and learn a ton from it. I know that I have definitely learned a lot creating it, and I think that the ability to rapidly create dashboards and visualize your data after you have applied cleaning and processing on it will be a valuable tool for you to use, right? And you're welcome to apply additional transformations using or additional analysis and filtering using the built-in filtering tools that Power BI Desktop provides for you. And you can add your own visualizations if you please, because the data is already there and it has been transformed and cleaned, and we have created our data sets for us to explore and for you to use and build further on if you want to. So thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll see you guys in this course.